Hi everyone, I'm Dina Proctor, creator of 3 by 3 Meditation and author of Madly Chasing Peace. I have a little idea that's coming to me today that I wanted to talk about and thought it might be helpful for you. Something that comes up really frequently with people that I work with and with me, we often have a question of understanding law of attraction, understanding the universe's wisdom and guidance. It has all of our goals in mind and knows exactly what we need to do to get exactly where we need to be. So the question becomes, do I just relax and allow the universe to do what it's going to do and trust that it's all going to work out in time? Or do I take more of a proactive stance and hold a vision of what I want to create for myself and hold that vision in meditation and point my focus toward what I want to create. So there's a little bit of a difference between the two. One is letting go of all focus, just having a soft focus and allowing the universe to lead as the universe is going to lead. And then the second one, really being focused on what you want to create. So I have a little bit of a simple way that I use for myself and that other people have used and told me that it's effective. So maybe it'll help you too. I picture a number line. Picture a number line, right? So 0, neutral in the middle, and then all the way to negative 100, and then 0 and all the way to positive 100. So kind of assess, this is like an emotional number line. This is how I assess the emotion. So bring to mind the issue that you're thinking about, that you really want to, manifest or change or transform, and assess how you're feeling about it. So if you're feeling, I really want it, but I don't know how I'm going to get it, or a little bit disappointed it hasn't happened yet, or anything that feels left of center, anything that feels anything from mildly disappointed or anxious about it to something that's major, majorly disappointed or majorly unhopeful that this is going to happen. So those are what people would classify as the negative emotions. So if I feel anywhere left of center, if I feel anything a mild to a moderate to a heavy negative emotion about something, the solution is to get into that space of absolute relaxing and allowing, because bringing something that's highly focused into a negative, even if it's a mildly negative mindset, will usually keep you, like a foot on the gas, a foot on the brake. It's not going to get you where you want to be in terms of manifestation, and more importantly, in terms of how you want to be feeling. Because when the feeling that you have is one of hope and joy and, just absolute peace, there's no way that what you want won't come into your experience. So it's always about the inner work than it is about the outer manifestation. But that's just a rule that I kind of go by. If I'm feeling a little bit left of center or majorly left of center, that's when my work is to just relax. Take my focus off of the goal that I want to achieve or whatever I want to change or transform, and put it on just tapping into that inner source of power, peace, and wisdom, using my meditations only solely to find that centeredness and to find that peace. Then, if you assess your emotion and, or kind of at the same time, when you assess your emotion, if you're feeling to the right of center, if it feels like, I know this is happening. I know that it's well on the way. It's a done deal. It's completely in the cards for me. I have no doubt whatsoever that this is going to manifest for me. If there's zero doubt and your emotion is clean and true and light and pure and it feels really good moving towards this goal, that's when you can bring in that real pointed emotional focus. So I'm going to give you an example from my own life, because this will help too, because sometimes people say, well, I do feel good about it, but what do I picture? What do I visualize? All of that is always given to you from that wisdom that's greater than yourself. Like, for example, when I was I wrote this example in my book, so you might recognize it. When I wanted to lower my cholesterol, I was on a retreat and I was feeling really good. I was feeling really centered. And in my meditation, it occurred to me, I'm going to have my cholesterol evaluation, my yearly, blood test in a few weeks. And I just feel really open to seeing if there's going to be a different result this year. I didn't feel attached to it. I felt really open, really light, really clean. It felt like a real positive energy. So I didn't use my head to try and figure out, ooh, how am I going to visualize it? What am I going to do? in meditation, it just occurred to me, it just kind of felt like an inspired idea. Like it would be so, it really inspires me to picture that there's a healing serum in my heart that's flowing throughout my bloodstream and healing and balancing the cells of my blood so that the cholesterol is easily being removed. It wasn't, I'm going to sit down and figure out what I'm going to visualize. It was an openness, a curiosity, a place of peace and playfulness where that idea was given to me from my inner guidance. It was more of an inspired idea rather than, oh, I think that's going to work and I'm going to use that. It felt really light and really playful. So I was to the right of center emotionally, and then I had this kind of fun visualization that came to me that felt really light and playful, and it was given to me through inner guidance, not through, kind of practical logical reasoning. And so that was the perfect kind of combination to be able to, when I did that visualization for the few weeks, and then for maybe 3 weeks, I went to get my cholesterol measured at my appointment, and it was in the normal range and down 50 points from, that it had been in years previous. So it worked, the manifestation worked, but I wasn't attached to it. It felt light. It felt playful. That's the place where getting specific about something can be really, really powerful. But I will tell you this on the side, and I don't mean to confuse with anything, but this makes it a little bit easier to understand, is that even if I hadn't visualized specifically that result in my body, and all I did was just meditate, just get centered, just stay open to where inner guidance is guiding me, I could have achieved that same result. You don't necessarily have to get specific. So whether you're to the right or the left of center, if all you do is the instruction I was kind of going towards to the left of center, kind of staying open, just using meditations to feel good and to feel connected, you can do that no matter where you are on the spectrum. It's effective from negative 100 to through 0 to positive 100. That is always effective. But if you're feeling light and playful and open and curious, when you're in that segment, that's where the specific visualization can really be powerful. So that helps me a lot, because if I'm confused at all or not sure what I want to do, by default, if all you do is connect in and get centered and peaceful in your meditation, everything else on the outside takes care of itself. Like me doing what I do today is a great example of that. I never intended to do what I'm doing today. I didn't intend to write a book and to be comfortable speaking to groups. That wasn't even, if you would have told me that that was where I would have ended up, I wouldn't have even wanted that at the time. I couldn't see that for myself. I didn't set a goal for it. I didn't expect it. And I might not have even chose it had I been told, through the crystal ball that was what was going to happen. So I want to share this with you because it's so helpful to hear how it works for other people. And I hope that my sharing how it's worked for me helps you too. So thank you for spending this time with me, and I will have more for you again soon. Stay tuned.